Yo, what's going on, YouTubers, gamers and fellow hobbyists? It's Monday, it's time for another session of P&Q, and once again I've got some questions or comments that you left me from last week, and I've got a few emails and I've just printed them all off, and although it looks like I've got loads and loads of questions, there's like 5 pages here. However, it's just my computer went a bit mental on me and just spat it out on 5 pages, and I don't know, I seem to have been haunted by technical issues this past week, and it's just the lingering ends of it now, so I don't know why. Anyway, so if you're new to this P&Q, it's basically a series where I get questions or comments from viewers, and then the following week I respond to them. And that's it. That really is it. So, like I normally do, I will say, please don't watch if you're easily offended. Although sometimes you can't help offending some viewers, no matter what you say. But please, bear in mind, I truly do not go out of my way to offend anybody. I try to remain as open-minded about stuff as I possibly can. Let's have a sip of coffee a moment before it gets too cold. Sorry about that. Right, so start with the comments from below. Oh no, I always forget this bit. I'll put it on at the end as well if I remember, but you can contact me one of 2 ways. Put your comments or questions in the comments section below, which is one of them print off, or email me at miniwarzone@gmail.com, and I will put a link in the video description below for that. Okay, so starting with the comments from last week, and it goes in reverse order, so they all get their attention anyway, so don't worry about the order, I don't think. Alright, so starting with Hecatrix Witch. So he says, Pete, sorry I haven't sent any pics for this week. I just had too much to do, so I will send some later this week for the next P&Q or showcase vid. Just when I was cooling down on the painting. Brackets. Apart from slagging yours off last week, sorry, close brackets. And yeah, don't worry, I don't class that as slagging off my painting. It's just your opinion on what I've done. And we'll come back to that. So I decided to start collecting a 1850 Imperial 5th Army. Cool. The old saying still applies that if you go into a games workshop, you just have to buy something. I agree with that. Well, it was that or Grey Knights, and I think Grey Knights have been nerfed way too much for me. So my question this week is there any other army you have been wanting to get but haven't? Necrons are about a week away, if you ask me, so why not them? Cheers, look forward to painting repeat on the bench as usual, smiley face, and thank you for the comment. So we'll work backwards then. Why not Necrons? No reason. I love the look of Necrons, they really intrigue me. I'd love to get some Necrons. I don't have any. I like the look of Imperial Guard. I don't have any of those either. I like the look of Tau. I've only got a couple of Tau models. I would like, eventually, to have something of every army. Definitely. And if I can work out these doing smaller skirmish type games, that might be a possibility. It's either that or plough everything into 1 or 2 armies and have a massive, have everything in those armies, or just have a bit of everything. And I don't know, I'm liking the bit of everything angle at the moment. But Necrons, they do look cool. I can see me getting them. I might get the codex first, have a look through and think, yeah, I'll have a look at that. At the moment I'm still working on some Blood Angels, some Dark Angels, some Ultramarines, and Chaos. And I'm in Chaos here around me. But, yeah. Oh, and my Imperial Knight, of course, which is just like an ongoing thing, which is very enjoyable. But yeah, so, but yeah, and I agree with you. Going into a Games Workshop and not buying anything, that is hard. That's like putting a round cheese fruit pasta in your mouth and not chewing it, isn't it? So I'm trying not to spill it there. Going back, yeah, your comment of slagging off my painting, I don't think it was slagging off. It's just your opinion on my highlighting, which is fair enough. You're talking about these guys here. There's a whole tactical squad, and bear in mind we're on the webcam, so you won't see what you're on about there. But just look on the video. But that's the danger, like I knew it would be, of getting a really good camera that shows up all the detail and all your errors in it. If nothing else, it's a good way of highlighting your areas you need to concentrate more on. But that said, I'm happy with how I've done them. I'll throw my little disclaimer here. I mean, bearing in mind I've only been in the hobby for 8 months, that's less than a year. I've only been painting for about 7 of those, because I didn't have any paints or any brushes or anything like that when I first started. I just gluing the tactical squad together, and off I went. Yeah, you know, considering I've only got like one good eye and things, and you know, I think they're all right to me, and I appreciate that everybody's version of tabletop standard differs. I think they're going to be my level of tabletop standard, my definition of tabletop standard, and they'll be good enough for me. I've never claimed to be any like golden demon painter or anything like that, but that said, I am hoping to get better in the future. And you know, if I could then start putting out videos like that where you think they're okay, then you know that means I'm improving, right? So that's all good. I don't mind. I don't mind any. You know, it's just an opinion, and as long as people aren't nasty about it, I don't care. You know, that's people's opinion, and if they think my highlighting isn't very good, then so be it. I'm just trying to get that whole highlighting where the light hits the armor thing going on. I appreciate that I haven't quite got it sussed yet, but you know, I think I'll get there. I think I will. Watch this space, particularly with, I don't know, maybe with these guys, because I'm going to do another video on these, because that's something else I'm working on, a different oops, put them over there, different project altogether. I'm working on it from a narrative campaign as such. Anyway, moving on, else we'll be here all day. Martin McNeil. Hi Martin. Sorry to hear about your little buddy. I will get some pics over at some point this week, hopefully. Right, cool. We're talking about the pictures I'm requesting for the showcase video. That's fine. I mean, I'll give it another couple of weeks, another 2 weeks, and then what I'll do is I'll do a showcase video of everybody's pictures that people have sent to me with what I've got. Okay, and if they're proved to be well received, I'll do more. You know, I think it's a good idea to get your work, your proud work out there. And then if everybody shares it, and then your work gets shared around, and everybody can see it. And I think it's great to do that. I think it's brilliant. Wayne Catlin says, "Oh Peter, I'm so sorry. We had to make the same decision in the summer with our little companion. We still miss her very much." And yeah, I've had a few comments and I've had a load of emails expressing condolences on the loss of my Taz, and I really do appreciate that. I'll just say that now. Thank you ever so much. Just wondering if Games Workshop ever contacted you regarding your application. I think you'd be an absolute credit to one of their stores. Did you include your channel on your CV? If GW took the time to view a video or two, they'd clearly see that you're an excellent candidate. Keep your chin up, mate. Thank you. Awesome comment. Thank you very much. I did hear back from Games Workshop, basically saying we'll keep my details on file for a period of 6 months. The usual, we'll let you know, blah blah blah. didn't include my channel on my CV because I didn't have my channel back then when I applied. I've only been doing my channel for about 3 months now, so yeah, my channel is very new. I just put a lot of videos out in a short space of time. But thank you for that. That's an awesome comment. Next one. How do you pronounce this? Thane? Thegn. I'm sorry if I pronounced them wrong, by the way. I'll say Thane. Correct me somehow if I'm wrong. Right, sorry to hear about that. I completely understand, as my German Shepherd of 14 years recently made his way to Valhalla. Took me out of my game for quite some time and still gives me pause at times. Keep up the good work. Thank you so much for that. Like I say, I've had a lot of condolences on that. Jason Brown says, my condolences on the loss of your pooch. You'll probably hear me crying like a little girl when my brackets currently 12-year-old yellow lab finally passes. Crazy how important a part of our lives they become, isn't it? I mean, Taz was with me for 15 years. Yeah, a long time. On the pictures front, do they have to be currently in work or recently painted? I have a fair number of Warhammer Fantasy Battle models I've painted, and brackets, and a bit less for my 40k force, but I've sort of shelved them of late in favour of historicals. Happy to share some if you like, though. Oh yeah, this was where I'll get confused here, because I basically printed out this, and that's why it's gone on to 5 pages, I think, because I printed out my responses as well, which bumped up the paper usage. Sorry, meant to ask if I could show some GW models I've painted in the past. I haven't painted much from the workshop of late. Like you say, it's more interested in historicals of late. Yeah, I got a bit confused there on that one, Jason. Sorry about that. Basically, yeah, any Warhammer pictures at the moment, I think, whether it's fantasy or 40k, whether it's scenery, mid-battle, tabletop, model's eye view, aerial view, I don't care, as long as it looks cool, and I'm sure it does. I just want to see it all. As for historical pictures, I would like to see them, but we'll maybe do that later, I think. See how this Warhammer one goes. So I have got a few historical gamers subscribed to me. Obviously not as many as the Warhammer ones, but you know, I'm hoping to get more. So yeah. Gothamam Service says, showcase pics is a great idea. I'll finally have an excuse to self-indulgently set up models on terrain and snap photos. Yeah, and I want to try and do that as well. I mean, admittedly, mine might be as good as everybody else's, but you know, it's something I enjoy doing. Idic Beer, good session, mate. I can send some showcase pics for you if you want, and you did, and I've got those. They're all ready. Thank you very much. They look awesome. Can't wait to start putting this showcase video together. Like I say, I'll give it a couple of weeks. Give you a chance to get some pictures over, because I know life gets in the way of things. So yeah, I'll give it 2 weeks, and then I'll just work with what I've got. Oh, we're on to the emails now. Hi Pete, really sorry to hear about your dog. Yep, okay. Hey Pete, so what's the hardest game you've ever played? Warhammer. Definitely the hardest game. They're trying to get my head around the rules. Warhammer. Yeah, that's the hardest game I've ever played. If that's what you mean, what type of game, or if you mean what actual game of Warhammer, I don't know, because I haven't played that many. Only a handful. Next one. Oh, and once again, thank you for the condolences for the loss of my dog. Really awesome. Hi Mini Warzone, thank you so much for unboxing the Cromwell. Hey, nice one. That's cool. I enjoyed doing that, actually. It's just something different. Well, it's not here at the moment, but yeah, looking at the Airfix models, and I know I've since had a bit of a mess around with a airplane. Sorry for the crappy paint job. but I was just testing some things out paint wise. Hi Pete. Another thing about having slightly larger bases is that you can add more detail to them. Stones, flock, or other scenic bits of plastic, skulls or whatever. Yeah, that's another reason for having bigger bases. Cool, didn't think of that one. Next one. Flames of War do their own models, just like Bolt Action does. Well, I haven't mentioned Flames of War, have I? I haven't done any videos on Flames. I don't know much about Flames of War. I don't know hardly anything about Flames of War. Flames of War do their own models, just like Bolt Action does. Oh! Flames of War. Oh! My unboxing. Sorry, I'm not with it today. I'm just not with it. Yeah, sorry. So, yeah, Flames of War do their own models, just like Bolt Action does. I think their scale is 1/100th. Although I think some people do indeed use Airfix 1/76 scale, especially for scenery. Okay. Next one. Hey Pete, you should totally check out Wings of Glory if you haven't already. It is a really fun game to play. Wings of Glory. That's got to be an aeroplane one. Yeah, and I will check it out. I'll have a look at that. It's got a couple more. Any thoughts, Pete, on the latest rumours flying around about 9th edition fantasy? Would love to know what you think. Smiley face. I'm afraid I don't know much about it, really. I'm not really one to jump on the rumour mill and start peddling. It's not really my scene. I prefer to wait till I see the actual whatever it is going to be for myself. And I don't really know much about it, to be truthful, so I can't really comment. Sorry. The only things I've heard, and I haven't even read this, just what I've heard people say, something about making the square bases round. Was one thing. Oh, and getting rid of some of the armies. I mean, I don't play fantasy, so it's not going to affect me anyway. I just like the models. I have some fantasy models. I've got some lizard men, which I'm looking forward to starting modelling up and painting. Just, you know, I don't mind, you know. Oh, I did hear something back along, and I think it might have been Matt from Mini Wargaming saying, and this was ages ago, he didn't know, but he felt that Games Workshop were trying to bring 40k and fantasy more in line with one another, so they could be kind of, rules would kind of cross over, if you see what I mean. I mean, you've already got the Demon Army, which you can play in fantasy or 40k, which I think obviously would be different rules, I'm guessing. I heard something about the fantasy story evolving so that the world's destroyed and it goes into all these pockets like little bubbles in the warp and that. But that I don't know how they're going to write something like that if they do, but that would be cool, because that would mean any army could play any army. You know, you could have lizard men fighting Tyranids. Why not? I think it'd be cool. I think it would open up a whole world of possibilities, and then it would give fantasy players an excuse to buy 40k models, give 40 player models an excuse to buy fantasy models. Because I sent a question in to Sit and Talk for the next Sit and Talk next Friday for Mini Wargaming, talking about that, about the marriage of the two, because I think it would be good. I want an excuse to go and buy fantasy models because I think they look really awesome, really cool. But yeah, and last comment, it's not really a question. Hey Peter, it looks like you finally started to use your airbrush then. Smiley face. Yes, I have, but I've only primed and base coated models with it, so I can't, you know, it's not really nothing to see there, nothing to see. Move along. And yeah, so that's it for P&Q this week. So to reiterate, showcase pics, I'll give it 2 weeks from now, 2 more weeks, 2 more Mondays, and then I'll start working on the showcase video with whatever videos I've got. I mean, I've got some already, some pictures already, and thank you for those of you that have sent me pictures. Particularly Idic Beer, he sent me quite a few, nice. And I look forward to doing that, because I do think it would be a good thing. And if you guys don't mind, I'd maybe try and include a couple of mine. You know, they obviously won't be as good, but I you know, I'll credit them all and whatever. Anyway, enough rambling. Questions or comments for next week, just put them down below, or email me at miniwarzone@gmail.com, and promise I will respond to each of you. And thank you so much for your comments. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you so much. Until the next time, guys, happy wargaming.